Hello and welcome to this week's Ruby Shoes podcast, bringing you the very best of local entertainment across East Anglia each and every week. This week we talk to Houdini. Well, Ben Higgins, who's coming to Ipswich from tomorrow, that's Tuesday the 7th of May, to play Harry Houdini. We also bring you news of a family-friendly dog show next weekend you might want to take part in, and a brand new website to check out which is dedicated to Suffolk Theatre. First, let's chat about a show which opens tomorrow night. Tuesday the 7th and Wednesday the 8th of May at the New Wolsey Theatre, it's your chance to see Houdini's Greatest Escape. Presented by New Old Friends in association with Yvonne Arnold Theatre, it's a physical comedy but with plenty of sparkling wit and just a touch of chaos. Just as his death-defying escapology stunts have him and his wife Bess on the cusp of a career-defining performance for King Edward, Houdini finds himself framed for murder by a gang of criminals in cahoots with the chief of police. I'm joined now by Ben Higgins, who plays the title role of Harry Houdini.
Hello there. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for doing this. So tell me, first of all, about the character Harry Houdini. I mean, he's myths and legends. Everybody knows Harry Houdini, but we don't really know that much about him. And this just sounds so much fun. I love a thriller, but I also love a farce as well. And this sounds like there's a lot of comedy in this too. So tell me about the character first of all.
Sure. So, as you say, Houdini, or Harry Houdini, but I think more so the surname Houdini is something everyone knows. But I imagine a great deal of people can't conjure an image of him. That is a name and you think escapologist or magician, but that's it. So what we've got in our show is, I mean, having said conjure the image, it's probably worth pointing out I look nothing like Harry Houdini, but I'm about a foot taller than him. But we join Houdini in this play, so the character we're meeting at a point where he is competing with a spiritualist to perform, as you said, for King Edward's Gala. So this play really focuses in on his relationship with spiritualism, which was something that it was a big part of his life, in that he wasn't anti-spiritualism, but he had a huge problem with the frauds. And that's sort of where our caper comes from, is what kicks off our caper. In fact, in real life, he had a real sort of on-off rivalry with Arthur Conan Doyle, who was a huge spiritualist and really took exception to Houdini's exposing the fakes. So in terms of the character in this play, it is a showman, an anti-spiritualist, and most importantly, I would say, it's not just Harry, it's Harry and his wife, Bess. It is the partnership, the marriage, it's the two of them all the way through. Bess is the brains of the operation in this play. Harry is like a puppy dog just trying to get to the next part of the adventure, just trying to get on that stage in front of the king. So I would say, like, in terms of historically, you're not going to get a hugely historically accurate Harry Houdini. I'm not doing a Hungarian-American accent. We very much are taking that they're from America. Because frankly, me doing an hour and a half of a Hungarian-American accent won't entertain anyone. But yes, so what you're getting is a hugely enthusiastic entertainer and showman, massively propped up by his far more intelligent wife and supportive brother, who also plays a role, Theo Hardeen, who was another magician at the time.
So there's four of you in this play, and so you've got to play lots of roles, and I imagine it's pretty fast as well, and timing is everything, isn't it, with comedy? That's exhausting, isn't it?
It is absolutely exhausting. As you say, there's just four of us in there playing, I do not know how many roles in total. Now, myself and Lydia Pechoviak, who plays Bess, we're lucky. We just play Harry and Bess, but then also Harry and Bess in disguise at some points, and also the showman and showwoman, and then the couple. However, our colleagues, Adam Elliott and Kirsty Cox, they play everyone else. So absolutely anyone that Houdini's encounter is those two actors. So as you say, timing is everything, not just in terms of comedic timing and hitting those beats and getting that laugh, but also the moment any of us walks off stage, we're probably sprinting to a pile of costumes in a corner, or a piece of set that needs revolving, or we have no stage management backstage. We have a phenomenal stage manager on tour with us, Anna Eagle, but she's up in the box, she's lighting the whole thing. So backstage, it's just the four of us tearing around. I mean, if you can stick a camera back there, that's just as good a show.
That could be next year's show, couldn't it?
Well, yeah, it could be set partially backstage and partially in A&E when we've all run into a light or something, which is happening now and then.
It's just about to say there must be all sorts of things that are happening backstage that aren't supposed to happen, because often it's not very well lit either and everything's dark.
Mm-hmm.
And as you say, because there's no one there to help you, it's not as though you don't know what you're doing, though, because you're almost at the end of this run. And then am I right in thinking you've got like a month's performance in the one place, which will probably be quite nice for you?
Exactly. We are entering the final 2 weeks of our tour now, having been on tour since the end of February. And then, yes, then we are headed for the King's Head in Islington, London. We'll be there from the 29th of May to the 30th of June, every day apart from Friday, I believe. So, yeah, as you say, it'll be a real treat to not have to take the set down every couple of days and head off somewhere new, and also to know where everything is. Because, yeah, as you say, we know what we're doing and we're well practiced, but obviously we're in a different venue with a different backstage, a different set of backstage lighting every few days. So just when you think, there's not a girder there, there's a girder there. You run into it.
Hang on, last night there wasn't a girder there. Tonight there is.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you get to the end of the June, other than literally falling into bed and putting a duvet over your head, what are your plans? Do you get to actually have some time off?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, it's the up and down of being an actor is I'm really looking, but that's the thing. I've, had an amazing time with all these people for 6 months and then another month coming up on tour. And in London. Then technically I'm unemployed, but also I will be asleep. So I think I'll just not worry about the unemployment for a couple of weeks and recuperate and nurse the wounds from whatever girders were in the last venue, and and then it's on to the next thing. But we're all very lucky in the cast. We've all got some irons in the fire and something bubbling away and what have you. So it's the exciting part of the job. Like if we wanted a 9 to 5, I say hopefully someone would employ us to do that, but we've chosen to live like this, and our families must suffer for it.
Well, I hope that your work in future brings you back here to Suffolk. Can't wait to see the show next week at the New Wolsey Theatre. As I said, Tuesday the 7th and Wednesday the 8th of May, New Wolsey Theatre. And it's wolseytheatre.co.uk for those last remaining tickets. This is going to be really, really popular. Good luck with it all. Good luck with the final throws. I mean, it just sounds exhausting to me, but good luck with it all. And hopefully we'll get to see you again in the not too distant future.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
As you may already be aware on the Ruby Shoes podcast, producer Ruby, our four-legged furry producer, likes to put in an appearance quite often. Well, she and her fellow doggy friends will be interested to know that there is a fun dog show being put on next Sunday at Trimley St Martin. I spoke with organiser Joe Sivia to find out more. We did have a few technical glitches to overcome first when we spoke earlier this week, but we found a way through them. Now, Joe, you've got this wonderful family fun dog show. It's being put on by the Lions Club of Felixstowe, and it's all happening next weekend. That's Sunday, the 19th of May, between 1 and 5. Tell us more.
Well, it's as you say, the Lions Club of Felixstowe are putting on their first ever family fun dog show. There's going to be plenty of things to do. There's going to be games for the kids. There's going to be a barbecue there. There's going to be stalls to do some shopping from, including amazing dog biscuits. There's going to be a lot of dog-related items there as well. And then obviously we've got all our classes.
So tell us about the classes, because you've actually roped me in to be a judge, which I'm quite nervous about now. When I said yes, it seemed a good idea. But now I'm thinking I'm probably going to upset all the other dog owners who I don't kind of vote for their dog. But tell us more.
So, yes, you're one of our judges. There's going to be 3 of you in the ring together. So I have a veterinary nurse from Ryder Davis Vets, from their new premises. And then I have Candy Rose from Suffolk Canine Creche in Martlesham.
Oh, amazing. So
yourself. So we'll have 3 of you there fighting it out.
2 people who actually know what they're talking about, basically, Joe.
Let's hope so. I mean, you know, as long as you pick a cute dog and the one you like the best, that's all what matters.
Okay.
So we're going to have 9 classes, and it's £3 per dog per class. The event is from 1 until 5, I say ish, because it might overrun slightly, because, you know, dog classes never go exactly to plan, do they? There'll always be something going, you know, a bit haywire.
Oh, definitely.
And the first class we have is the Prettiest Lady, and that's scheduled in for 1:20 in the afternoon. So you can come early at 1 o'clock, get some food, get a burger or whatever from the barbecue. Trimley Sports and Social Club have been very kind and they've let us use their field, as normally it's no dogs allowed on there. So they've been very kind and they've given us permission. We can use their field. Trimley Sports and Social Club will have their food that they sell from their menu, which includes kids' menus as well, I believe. And they have drinks and coffees and teas and everything inside, what you could possibly want, and probably more.
Jo, it sounds amazing. So we've got Prettiest Dog. Tell me about the other categories. Did you say there was 9 in total?
There is 9 in total. So we start with Prettiest Lady, and we have Most Handsome Male, and then we have the Cutest Puppy, which will be under 1 year old, and then we have the Waggiest Tail, and then Best Golden Oldie, Best Young Handler, the Scruffiest Dog, the dog the judges would most like to take home, and the final one is the Best Rescue Dog.
Oh, they're just perfect. This actually sounds wonderful. So say it's all happening Sunday the 19th of May from 1 o'clock through to 5 or perhaps slightly after that. It'd be lovely. And how can people actually take part? They need to register in advance, I think, don't they?
They can do, but we will have registration tents there on the day, so you can just come along and register. No need to call and register beforehand. That's totally fine. Just turn up on the day and go to you'll see there'll be a tent near the ring, and we'll have a couple of people in there taking everybody's names and dog names. And just register on the day, and you'll be given a little ticket. And once you're given that ticket, hold on to that. And then when you enter the ring for the actual class, you hand your ticket in, and then you go in and you keep your fingers crossed that you're going to win.
Oh, wonderful. Jo, it's going to be an amazing thing. I must tell you, own dog Ruby, who's just only 18 months old, she's literally pouring at my lap while we're talking as if to say, I want to take part. But you see, that wouldn't be fair because I'm a judge. And also, I think she would...
You might judge her, the prettiest lady, wouldn't you?
The cutest dog. The thing is, she'd also cause havoc because she's still that sort of age. So she definitely won't be making an appearance, but I will, and I look forward to that. Thank you for asking me. Now, it's put on by the Lions Club of Felixstowe, as I said earlier. What's the money that's raised? What's that's going to go towards?
Well, it goes to the Lions, give it to various charities and communities in need. At the moment, it hasn't been decided, but obviously the Lions do a lot of work around the community, Felixstowe and the surrounding areas. They do the Christmas lights, and they do the Easter egg hunt, and they do the pig race, and there's lots of different events they hold. It's just about helping the community and making a difference around the world. And also, they are always happy to have new members, male and female. So if you see a lion out with one of their T-shirts on, go and talk to them.
Wonderful. Jo, thanks so much for your time today for the Ruby Shoes podcast, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Indeed, I'm very excited about it.
Martine Silkstone is the creator of a brand new website dedicated to Suffolk theatre. It's called Suffolk on Stage, and when we chatted recently, I asked Martine, first of all, what was the reason behind creating a website to promote Suffolk's theatres?
It's a passion project to start with. I'm a huge theatre lover. I've just been passionate about it for years, whether it's local theatre, it's youth theatre, it's the London West End, we've seen things abroad. It's just a passion project from that point of view. But I started doing reviews for the East Anglian Daily Times when I worked there briefly. I'm a writer by trade. And then once I left the newspaper, and then we sort of had the pandemic, and then there was lots of news around funding cuts and things like that. And I just thought, no, this needs a champion. This needs something that can really show people what's on offer, that we have such an amazing array of music and comedy and theatre and touring shows and youth theatre and all of those things that are going on, just making sure that people have somewhere to go, somewhere easy to access, where they can see everything that's going on.
And it's a really great website that you've got. I mean, it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm just looking at it now. It's very easy to navigate. It's just got some lovely, bright, colourful pictures of each of the shows. You can't help but not want to go on your website, but also go to some of these, and they're so all beautifully described. And you do reviews as well, don't you?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So I get to go along to some of these amazing productions, and then write about it. I'm brutally honest, but I am very easily pleased.
I think that's a nice mix, actually. With a bit of honesty.
So yes, absolutely. So yes, go along, and so you can check out the review pages and see if there's something on that you like the sound of. There's also a London call-in section. We have some great things going on in Suffolk, but if you're thinking about heading down to the Big Smoke for a show, there's a few recommendations on there as well.
We're not,
and I have guest reviewers.
Sorry, I was going to say we're not that far from London, because you've just got to hop on the train from anywhere really, and you're in London within an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on where you are. So you're absolutely right. You know, I think we're just so lucky to live here in Suffolk and have the wide range of entertainment that we've got, and it really does need supporting. But as you say, well, you can just be even more inspired and go to London, and quite often the London shows come to us, which is wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Touring productions are amazing if you can't get to London. They've got Grease on at the Regent not long from now, and that's a lovely touring production, things like that. But the local theatre groups are also amazing. And as I say, youth theatre, some of the youth theatre that's on stage can be great. Youth theatre is wonderful. It always has this slightly uncontrolled, chaotic energy to it, which makes it really exciting. So I do love going to see the junior production.
Quite know what's going to happen, do you?
Exactly.
Now, you were saying as well that you have guest reviewers, don't you?
Yes, that's right. So it's not all just my point of view. I do have guest reviews. It means that we can cover more shows as well and further afield. Although I do like to go and visit all the different theatres. That again is the beauty. You might see a show that's on at a theatre that you wouldn't normally have gone to, but might be half an hour away. So. But yeah, so I have some guest reviewers, people I've worked with in the past, or people I know are passionate about theatre or have some knowledge. So it's nice to have an array of opinions, I think.
And are you always happy for people to get in touch with you and say, "Oh, I wouldn't mind being guest reviewer"?
Yes, yeah, definitely. And it's nice to know that it can be written, but at the same time, all opinions are valid. So yes, by all means, get in touch if there's something that someone has to say. Then yeah, it's all good. Anything that supports the theatre is absolutely fine by me.
But
yes,
thank you for doing such a fantastic job. Suffolk on Stage is a really good website, really easy to find. SuffolkOnStage.co.uk. And everything is there. If you think I'd like to go out in Suffolk and I want to see some live entertainment, just go to that one website and it's all there. It's absolutely brilliant. It must take quite a bit of pulling together, I would imagine. I know you said it's a passion project, but it must take quite a bit of time. These things aren't easy to pull together.
Yes, it can be, especially just when you think you've got it and it's all up to date. The theatres will announce lots of lovely new shows. So you think, oh no. That's great, but then I've got to go back and update everything again. And I've got 12 theatres on there at the moment, but there are still a few left to bring on board and into the fold. So
wonderful. Martine, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. And I look forward to bumping into you, probably at the bar, maybe just before the opening of a show. You never know.
That would be lovely. First round's on me.
Oh, there you go. You heard it here first.
What's on across Suffolk with Stephanie McIntyre, sponsored by Ruby Shoes Podcast, your weekly entertainment news podcast, available from your smart speaker, Apple, Spotify, or you just follow Ruby Shoes Podcast on Facebook and click on the weekly podcast link to listen.
There's a host of great shows on offer across Suffolk's magnificent theatres, and here's just a selection to tempt you. Tuesday the 7th and Wednesday the 8th of May at the New Wolsey Theatre, it's your chance to see Houdini's Great Escape. Presented by New Old Friends in association with Yvonne Arnold Theatre, it's a physical comedy with plenty of sparkling wit and just a touch of chaos. Just as his death-defying escapology stunts have him and his wife Bess on the cusp of a career-defining performance for King Edward, Houdini finds himself framed for murder by a gang of criminals in cahoots with the Chief of Police. Can Harry and Bess escape the plot and clear their names? And how is their rival, the superstar spiritualist medium, involved? All will be revealed in this hilarious 39 Steps-esque thriller. To book your tickets, go to wolseytheatre.co.uk. Thursday the 9th of May at the Ipswich Regent Theatre, Scott Bradley's postmodern jukebox, The 10 Tour, rolls into town. Supported by Lady Rose, New York City's pop jazz sensation Postmodern Jukebox are set to bring their innovative twist on classic sounds, performing today's hits Yesterday. On an unforgettable tour, concertgoers can expect a dazzling, inspiring trip through the PMJ universe, where modern-day earworms and iconic pop hits alike are reimagined in classic genres like 1920s jazz, swing, doo-wop and Motown, and brought to life by a cast of some of the world's best singers and dancers and instrumentalists. Think Great Gatsby meets Sinatra at the Sands meets Back to the Future. You're about there. For a very extraordinary night of fantastic entertainment, go to ipswichtheatres.co.uk. Friday the 10th of May from 7:30pm at the Apex Theatre in Bury St Edmunds, it's the Old Habits Die Hard 40th Anniversary UK Tour for FM. This concert will celebrate classic anthems spanning FM's illustrious 40-year career. Formed in the 80s by the Overland Brothers, FM have become one of the UK's seminal rock bands. FM will perform songs from their past 13 albums, including their 1984 debut album Indiscreet, plus Tough It Out, Metropolis, Synchronised and many more. And there'll also be songs from FM's forthcoming highly anticipated 14th studio album. For your tickets, go to theapex.co.uk. Saturday the 11th of May from 7:30pm, head over to the coast to see Diana and Lionel Endless Love, the show, at the Spa Pavilion Theatre. Starring a sensational cast, incredible vocals and a stellar live band, Endless Love celebrates two legendary artists, Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. The show is packed with Motown classics and timeless smash hits, including I'm Coming Out, Dancing on the Ceiling, Upside Down, Say You, Say Me, Chain Reaction, All Night Long, and many more besides. This show features authentic live arrangements taken from both Lionel's and Diana's original touring shows. Endless Love is an electrifying, joyful and emotional rollercoaster, guaranteed to get you singing along and tapping your feet. Go to spapavilion.co.uk for more information. And finally, just a reminder that the Felixstowe Book Festival tickets are now on sale. The festival is held next month from the 26th through to the 30th of June, and it's at both Harvest House in Felixstowe and also the Two Sisters Arts venue in Trimley St Mary. For more information, go to felixstowebookfestival.co.uk. Do you have a forthcoming show or maybe a summer festival you'd like the Ruby Shoes podcast to feature? Tell us more via our Facebook page at Ruby Shoes Podcast. Next week, we'll be talking to the man who plays the lead in a sparkling new show that's packed full of sea shanties. You can always listen again to any of the Ruby Shoes podcasts via Apple or Spotify or your smart speaker, or just simply click on the link in our weekly podcast links on our Facebook page at Ruby Shoes Podcast. And follow us there too for all the latest entertainment news. I'm Steph McIntyre. Thanks for listening, and we'll chat more about live theatre and all kinds of entertainment in next week's episode. In the meantime, do check out those socials at Ruby Shoes Podcast. Have a great week.